Good evening, my friends. I'm Mama Ruth, and I want to share a story with you tonight. Have you ever loved someone so deeply? A child you raised, a child you would give your very life for, only to wake up one day and realize they have shut you out of theirs. Not because of something you did wrong, but because someone else decided you weren't good enough. That's the kind of pain I want to talk about. It's a quiet heartbreak, one that doesn't come from a final goodbye, but from a growing distance, from a deafening silence. And sometimes, my friends, that silence hurts more than any parting word. This is the true story of a woman named Monica, a mother who poured everything she had into her son, David, only to lose him, not to a terrible tragedy, but to the cold, invisible walls built by someone else's pride. And yet, even through years of rejection, loneliness, and a heartache that never seemed to end, her love for him never ever faded. Monica raised her boy all on her own. His father left when David was just 3 years old. Can you imagine? She worked 2 jobs, rotating through the same few dresses, so her son never had to go without a single thing he needed. They were a team, inseparable. Their life was built on simple joys. Friday movie nights with a big bowl of popcorn, shared laughter that echoed through their small apartment, and whispered prayers before bed. He wasn't just her son. He was her entire world. Then David met Jessica. She was beautiful, ambitious, and came from a family with a lot of money. From the moment she entered his life, Monica felt her own place in his heart begin to shrink. It was subtle at first. A missed call here, a cancelled visit there. But the distance grew. Jessica didn't look at Monica and see a mother's sacrifice and boundless love. She saw a woman who didn't fit into their new, polished world. And slowly, so slowly it broke Monica's heart piece by piece. David began to drift away. He was pulled into Jessica's orbit, and his mother was left behind. He got married, built a beautiful new life, and in that new life, there was no room for the woman who gave him his old one. The calls stopped completely. There were no visits. He didn't even tell her when he had a baby boy, her grandson, little Ethan. Can you believe that? Monica found out she was a grandmother from a neighbor who saw a picture on social media. Her heart shattered, but her love didn't. She sent gifts for the baby, letters filled with her love, and prayers that she hoped would somehow reach them. But every package, every letter, was returned to her, unopened. The silence from their home was a wall she just couldn't break through. Years passed in this lonely quiet. Monica got older, and her heart ached with the empty space her son had left. Then one stormy night, the phone rang, jolting her from her solitude. It was David. His voice was choked with panic. "Mom, Jessica's been in an accident." Without a single second of hesitation, without a thought for the years of pain and rejection, Monica got in her car and drove through the blinding rain to get to him. She found him at the hospital, a broken man. She stayed by his side, holding his hand, praying with him, comforting him. She didn't ask for thanks. She didn't mention the past. She just did what she had always done. She was a mother. That terrible night brought them back together, if only for a little while. And in the days that followed, she finally met her grandson, Ethan. She held the little boy in her arms, her heart swelling with a love she had held onto for so long. She whispered to him, "I'm your grandma." And for the first time in what felt like a lifetime, her heart felt whole again. But when Jessica recovered, the old walls went back up. She politely but firmly asked Monica to give them space again. The request felt like a knife in her heart, but Monica understood. She didn't fight. She didn't argue. With quiet grace, she stepped back, and she went back to loving her family from afar, cherishing the brief moments she'd been given. More years passed. Monica's health began to fail. She was in the hospital, feeling weak and alone, thinking she might leave this world forgotten by the son she adored. But then the door to her room creaked open. It was David. His eyes were filled with tears as he walked to her bedside. He took her hand and through his sobs he whispered, "Mom, I'm so sorry." And just like that, with a gentle squeeze of his hand, she forgave him. All the years of silence, all the unanswered letters, all the pain, it all melted away in that one moment of reunion. They started over. They rebuilt what had been lost. Ethan grew up adoring his grandma, listening to her stories, loving her cooking, and feeling the warmth of her incredible heart. Even Jessica, over time, began to soften. She finally saw Monica not as an inconvenience, but as the incredible blessing she had always been. And when Monica's time finally came, she left this world peacefully. Her son's hand was held tightly in hers, her heart finally, completely full again. Her last words were whispers of love. Because mothers like Monica, their love never really goes away. They just keep waiting, patiently and faithfully, until that love finds its way back home. So, if you've ever been cut off by someone you love, if your heart still aches for the voice that stopped calling, I want you to remember Monica's story. Remember that real, true love doesn't fade with distance or time. It waits. It forgives. And when the door finally opens again, even just a crack, it walks right back in, as if it never left. Thank you for listening, my friends. Don't forget to follow for more stories that touch the heart. Good night.